Talking Memphis Wrestling with Randy Hales is now streaming live on Fun Media at fun927.com and is always on Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitch, and at tv5wrestling.com.
Talking Memphis Wrestling with Randy Hales and special guests.
Hello again, everybody. Randy Hales, Dr. Robinson, Adam Dunn, right along set side, ready to go with a big Talking Memphis Wrestling. One I don't think you'll want to miss. We will see the Dirty Dutchman in a wild brawling match with Jerry the King Lawler. We will focus on Jerry Lawler and the Dream Machine, including some good promos from the Dream Machine. I think you will enjoy very much. Pictures of the weeks, card of the weeks, first take of the weeks. But first, my first take is that we have two birthdays to talk about. Two birthdays. First of all, ladies and gentlemen, the reason he's not on this special Monday show is because of the fact it's his birthday. Last year, inducted into the Memphis Wrestling Hall of Fame in September of last year, legendary broadcaster Michael St. John. Happy birthday to Michael St. John. All right, that's not it. One more birthday to do. A friend of mine, a friend of the show, the son of one of the biggest legends in the history of history, in the history of Memphis wrestling, the best wrestling announcer ever. His son, Shane Russell, shown here from last year's Memphis Wrestling Hall of Fame in Jackson, Tennessee, where Shane and Dave co-hosted the event together. As you see, Shane Russell, I called him the wrong name. Shane O'Mac is in the house, and happy birthday to him. Hey, have several members of the panel not here. Michael's not here celebrating his birthday. Pat is partying with his family. Chris is at a school board meeting. But my man, for maybe the first 45 minutes to an hour, he has a house full, a beach full, a dead pool full of all kinds of people going on from all over the world. First take time. Hey, Blues Doctor, Rusty Dr. William, what is going on?
Well, first take is, here's the t-shirt, the Blues Doctor Recommends. T-shirts available soon to the public for the Blues Doctor Recommends podcast. But thank you, Randy. It's good to be here tonight. Boy, it's a beautiful day or beautiful time of year in Orange Beach right now. It finally cooled off a little bit, although not so much that you can't still go to the pool and sit out and get sun or go to the beach. So that's what everybody's doing. We've got our kids, our grandson, cousins, various people from various places here. So we're having a good time.
Right on a Monday night, on wrestling night. Here he is. Your wife will hate me for sure. By the way, I want to say hello to my good buddy, Randy Dandy. Randy West is in the house. And I don't know if he saw the open, but Randy, I'm not sure if he knows the happy birthdays. So Adam, let's do the birthday stuff again so Randy West knows what in the world's going on with the birthdays we are celebrating, as we have the little fancy stuff, the celebration stuff. We have that out right now with the birthdays, and we'll go ahead and show the pictures. Today is the birthday of the great Michael St. John. Happy birthday to Michael St. John, and also happy birthday to friend of the show and son of Lance, the great, who's shown here with Dave Brown, the great Shane Russell. Absolutely. Hey, what in the world else is going on with you as we say hello to a bunch of people? Rusty, happy birthday's going on today in the Talking
Absolutely.
Memphis wrestling world.
Happy birthday to Shane and Michael. You know, I was just thinking nobody deserves to be in the Memphis Wrestling Hall of Fame more than Michael St. John, I don't think. He certainly was an integral part of it for so many years, so I'm glad he is. Otherwise, you know, we're kind of hanging out in Orange Beach right now. Tulane has another football game on this coming Saturday, so we'll go to New Orleans for that. They're playing Army this coming weekend and are a 10.5-point favorite over Army. So, you know, we're probably going to do okay. Right now, Tulane's 5-1, with their only loss being to Ole Miss, which could be number 1 in the country soon. So we're likely going to be 6-1 after this weekend, is what I'm predicting.
Jeremy Gibson in the house, Thomas in the house, a lot of people in the house, including Thomas, and I mentioned Randy Dandy, and my buddy Frank Seaton in the house. Man, I'm really enjoying the pictures of the week and the cards of the week, and we've been throwing videos on, and one of the memorable feuds in the early 80s, and certainly the early 80s, as you know, Dr. Robinson, was some great business and great stuff going on, including a feud between Dutch Mantell and Jerry Lawler. This is a brawl and a match and a little chaos between Dutch Mantell and Jerry Lawler. It is 9 minutes, 4 seconds, and we'll go to the video right now on Talking Memphis Wrestling. It's Doc and Randy in the house with that.
Heavyweight crown between Jerry the King Lawler and Dutch Mantell. Well, speaking of Lawler, here he comes out right now. We had some footage we want to talk to you about. We'll wait and see. Here, just, you can use this.
I want that chair for somebody else. I'll sit right here, Lance, if you don't mind.
Oh, well, we were
Got
just...
another chair there.
We were just going to show some footage. We had made the comment that the confrontation between Lawler and Mantell stirred an awful lot of interest among wrestling fans.
I know you were going to show some footage. I'm the one that asked you to show the footage. Don't you remember that, Lance?
Yeah.
I brought the footage down here. We know that. The reason I wanted to show that footage is because I think, as everyone knows, I took my belt back away from Dutch Mantell. You realize that, don't you, Lance?
Yes,
he was temporarily holding it. I took my belt back, and at the end of the match, I had some guys jump in on me, and they were pounding me pretty good, and Dutch Mantell, instead of helping me like any gentleman or any man, you don't have to be a gentleman, just a man, like any man would do, he chose to turn tail and run. He left me in the ring, and he is a big gutless wonder. Now, what I have done, as you know, Lance, I have offered Dutch Mantell another shot at this belt. I have offered him a title match just to get back in the ring with me, and for some unknown reason, Dutch Mantell has refused to wrestle me again. Now, you can hear what the people are saying. Dutch Mantell is obviously scared of me. Now, I'm going to give him a chance right now. There's a chair sitting right over here. Dutch Mantell, I would like for Dutch Mantell to come out here right now. And, you know, it's probably not right, but I could be wrong. I'll admit I could be wrong. Probably not, but I could be. So I want Dutch Mantell, if he's got any guts at all, to just come out here, sit down in that chair right there, and tell me what was on his mind when, you know, when he left me in that ring. I want him to look at the film,
Memphis Wrestling, and here's the prime example for anybody who don't realize the talent, the storyteller, the master storyteller Jerry Lawler. Maybe you saw him later years on Monday Night Raw. This is the king, this is Jerry Lawler, and nobody, Rusty, does a better job in telling the story than Jerry Lawler.
Oh, absolutely. You can hear him getting the crowd revved up. He takes them up, he takes them down. He's got the crowd in the palm of his hand.
He does have the guts to come out. Just have a seat, Dutch.
Now, let me say one thing. I'm not afraid of you, and I am a man. Now, what do you want with me?
All I want you to do is sit down in that chair right there and watch this film with me and about 350,000 other people and explain to me why you did what you did. Can you want me to sit down?
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Okay, now let's just keep it nice and peaceful out here today.
I think it'll be
Dutch, how about you using that microphone, and I'll handle this one. Now, if we are ready, can we take a look at the film?
I would like to.
Okay, let's take a look at our tape on the action with Dutch and Jerry Lawler.
Lawler hammers his way out. Misses a right, and Dutch again in the sleeper.
This is at Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky, 1982. As we're watching tonight on Talking Memphis
Fires
Wrestling.
the right. Lawler reverses. He goes for the sleeper hold.
You see in the left corner, William, you see who that photographer was?
I thought I noticed somebody that looked familiar there. You know, now I remember, I had forgotten this was in Rupp Arena, but it makes sense now that they're showing the whole thing on TV because the Memphis crowd didn't see this.
The referee couldn't see it. 23 minutes, 50 seconds, the winner and the new Southern heavyweight champion, Dutch.
And you can hear the crowd's a mixture of boos and cheers.
The King, Lawler, the winner. Here comes Jimmy Hart. Bobby Eaton, Sweet Brown Sugar, what are they doing here? Jerry Lawler, the winner. 23-50, the undisputed Southern heavyweight champ. Mantell looks at him and walks out of the ring. So the first family pounding away on Lawler, and Mantell has left the wrestling area. Big double backdrop. Hart with a cane. Eaton with a boot. Here comes Roy Rogers, Rick McCord. Hart jumps out of the ring. Now he's back in as Rogers, McCord battling with Sugar and Eaton, and now they all take off. But Lawler, while winning the championship, one of his great moments.
Comments that this Rupp Arena looks fantastic on television. And Adam, I think it looks better than the Mid-South Coliseum. I really do.
But the family did him in after it was over. The winner, Jerry Lawler.
Certainly from that hard camera standpoint, it looks great.
Brother. I'm going to tell you, why should I help you? I don't see what you got to be so hot about. You got the Southern Belt. Now, I didn't contract to fight your battles. Now, I didn't make all these enemies that you made. Now, you might swerve some people into thinking you're a king, but you ain't swerving me, Jack, because I knew you back when. I don't need you ain't swerving me, Dutch. No, you got it. You got it. Let me say one thing. Now, you came out here and you ran me down, and not once did you say I was a good wrestler, did he, Lance? Not once did you say I was a good wrestler. Not once did you say that I was a good competitor. You said a lot of things, a lot of insults, and a lot of accusations. Now, you may not have been listening to what I said before. I want to wrestle you for this belt, but I want to do it on my time, my term. Now, you can't psych me out because I've been down the road before, and I know how to chase a champion. But you're not psyching me out, and when it gets ready for the time, when I feel the time is right, I'm going to come back after it, Lawler.
How long is it going to take? What's the time going to be? You're right. I didn't say you was a good wrestler. I said you're a coward, Dutch Mantell. I said you're yellow. I said you're chicken to get in the ring with me. I'm giving you a shot at this belt, and you won't take it. You know why? You know why you won't take it? The same reason you showed on that film. You didn't want to jump in there and help me because you were afraid those guys would kick your butt. And you're afraid I'll kick your butt. That's why you won't get in the ring with me.
I'm going to say one more thing. Let me say one more thing. I said I wanted to be a friend of yours. Win, lose, or draw. But you made that impossible. Not me, Lawler. You made it impossible. Not me, Jack. And I'm not going to sit out here in front of 350,000 people and let you run me down.
So you're not going to wrestle me because you're a coward. Why don't you just say that?
No, I'll tell you what I do. Hey, I'm not going to sit out here and listen to it.
Say you're a coward.
Sit out and listen to it.
All you got to do is say you're a coward.
Whoa!
All right, Jerry, now knock it off. Hey, come on, you guys. Yeah. Get him out of there. Get him out, please.
You know, I'm not sure Dutch wasn't a better brawler than Lawler was.
Oh no,
He looked
Lawler
so
was the best
realistic.
ever. I disagree
Yeah.
with that. But Dutch was
All right.
good.
Hey, Jerry, just get on out of here. Jerry, just now, come on. Just save it. There's no point in that. Just
Okay, I'm
save
gonna
it.
tell you, Lawler, I'm gonna be the last man you ever slapped, Jack. I'm gonna tell you, you want the match? You got it, Ballin. Put it on the card, buddy. I'm coming after you, Lawler. I'm gonna be the last man you ever slapped, friend. And I'm taking that belt back. You just crank it up. Turn me.
Yeah. Come on, Dutch. You guys settle your problems. Come on, Dutch. Just settle them somewhere else.
You tell him all to put it on the card, Lawler. I'll be the last man you ever slapped.
Okay, we'll talk to Eddie about it and all. Right now, let's take time out, and we'll be back.
Good stuff as we watch Talking Memphis Wrestling. Just excellent stuff. And before we get Williams' thoughts on it, Adam, this is a brawl, and I wanted to talk just the big thing is that Memphis TV didn't get a lot of footage of Rupp Arena, and that video we saw. Your comparison of Adam of that video we just saw as far as the production compared to Mid-South Coliseum footage.
Well, how many people could Rupp hold?
Well, not they roped it off 16,000
But
Right.
they cut it in half, right?
or more than half.
More than half.
Right, yeah, so the building itself could hold more than the Coliseum, but just the way that they had the people seated there, it almost looked like the risers and the bleachers came all the way up to ringside. You know, like in the Coliseum, you had floor seating around it for a good area before you started rising up. But that almost looked like how you would see arenas look on TV today, where it's almost they're just right up there at it, and it just, you watch it at first, and and the lights were down. Like, okay, you can't really tell what the crowd is. But then once the match was over and the house lights came up, unlike a lot of times today that happens, and you see how empty the place is. There you saw just how full the place was. And then, like you said, we didn't get a lot of Lexington or Rupp Arena stuff on Memphis TV. But obviously, with the title change of that magnitude, they were going to show it. And so I think that was pretty neat. And also, too, it just kind of showed people that things happened in other markets. It wasn't, if you were just in Memphis or just in Louisville, you could see what happened all over the area. And it's nice seeing footage from the other arenas as well.
Was that the first time you've seen footage from the Rupp Arena?
I've seen footage from Rupp before, but it's not that common. Just like, you wouldn't see a lot of footage from Evansville or anything like that,
No, very well. That one brawl we did in Evansville with Don Bass, Carl Fergie, Brickhouse Brown, Lawler, Dundee, me, that was crazy.
Yeah.
Going on there as well. Might as well, since you just joined us, first take time, Adam Dunn.
Well, nothing really wrestling related to talk about. Don't see if Pat Rose is on. I know Pat had talked about there was a show happening Saturday here near me. So if Pat gets with me, I'll see if I can't maybe mosey on over there. I'm going to take next week off of work, and hopefully I'll be spending a week up in Gatlinburg, Pigeon Forge area. So that's my plans and what's coming up with me in the coming weeks.
Yeah, you just spent a week in Memphis a couple of weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, right?
Yeah, maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, I was there for about a week house sitting for somebody.
Adam's exactly right about the line about the Memphis crowd not seeing Rupp Arena. We barely knew that Lexington and Louisville and Evansville existed back in the day. When they would do the preview for the matches in the area, they wouldn't, Lance and Dave wouldn't talk about those towns. They just talked about the local towns, basically. Jonesboro, Tupelo, Jackson, a few others. But we
it
never
was
even knew Louisville existed, basically.
because
Go ahead.
they had their own TV market in
Right.
Jonesboro, Jackson, different towns like the Clarksdale, Mississippi, Holly
Tupelo.
Springs,
Yep.
Mississippi. Blah, blah, blah. They got either Channel 13 or Channel 5, the Memphis
Right.
stations for sure. Talking Memphis wrestling, now we'll take about a 20-second break, reset the show, and we'll be back with the photos of the week. And boy, Heidi, I got some good ones for you. And we'll return on Talking Memphis Wrestling. Doc Robinson, Adam Dunn, Randy Hills, and here we go as we reset on Talking Memphis Wrestling.
You'll see America's favorite sport on WHBQ television.
All right, we're here live as live can be. I'm here without Michael St. John. I'm here without Pat Trammell, without Chris Ellis, and Dr. Robinson is here for a little bit more, and then he is going to do some chauffeuring gigs, some driving gigs to get his house clear of who else is there. But right now, on Talking Memphis Wrestling, we'll do the photos of the week, and an interesting one I think you will like, Rusty, and it's a old one of ORH. This is 4672. 4672, as we will go ahead and show this picture, and you see Lance Russell, Nate the Rat, Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, and you see that good-looking younger fellow with the glasses in the far right. Do you see that young man, Dr.
That
Robinson?
legendary guy standing off to the right.
Yay! How
Yeah, looking
about that?
sharp there. That was a good suit.
Yeah, it's cool. I probably still have the name thing. No, I probably don't. I don't know if I did or not. But that's the great thing. And I was in the office by that point, and I had co-hosted. Dave was off, and I'd co-hosted the show with Lance that day, and I was nervous, but it was a good show, and that's a good picture. Scott Hall, Nate Rat, Lance Russell, and Randy Hills. Now.
Man, Scott was as big as he ever looked there. He was so big and ripped when he came to Memphis. And you can tell it right there. Maybe bigger than he ever was any other time.
Certainly, I think you're right. 4672 is what we just saw, and now we're going to look at 4677. Maybe a little bit of controversy in the house. This is from 1976. Bill Dundee, Tommy Wildfire Rich, hot as a firecracker, hot as they could be. Southern Tag Team Championship. All the girls loved them. All the fans, girls got. It didn't matter. Two popular guys, and they were partying in good old Memphis, Tennessee. Some about somebody was trying to shoot at a moon or something like that. And so Tommy Rich and Bill Dundee was arrested. This was on a Friday night, and Eddie Marlin had to break that news to Jerry Jarrett the next morning, but they got out and was able to make that TV that morning. But good mugshot pictures, and Tommy looks happy as hell. Bill,
Tommy's so funny in that picture. He's
what
just
do you
like he
think?
was always smiling. But no, I remember when this happened, they were both firing their guns off like in the parking lot of the hotel they were at.
Right.
And I assume somebody reported them and the police pulled up and arrested them both.
Yeah, both of them went to the clinic, went to jail. So that was pretty interesting at all. And just curious, Adam, if you ever saw that mug photo of Dundee and Rich. Had you seen that before?
Yeah, I've seen that before. It's been a long time, and I think it kind of made the rounds on social media here not too long ago again. But yeah, definitely interesting. Like I say, Tommy looks thrilled to be there. Dundee looks about as pissed as he can be. Two completely different reactions there.
Don't you know
46,
Jerry Jarrett was pissed off when he heard that those two were in jail on a
yes.
Friday night?
And the
Oh,
reason why,
yes.
Well, he probably was more mad about the fact that at the time Eddie told him they didn't know if they were going to make TV. That's what he's mad about,
right?
Right.
for sure. 46-78. This is the classic as we talk, Adam, about Lawler's great ability as an artist, which led to his ability to punch and just the artistic ability he has. That's a picture he. This is a wrestling fan, and somehow or another got a hold of this picture, this drawing of Randy West, father-in-law, and Diane's West dad. This is Eddie Marlin and the King, and Adam never ceases not surprised me because I've been around it my whole life, but no doubt at all, what a talent with the artiste, with the artist work,
Yeah,
Jerry Lawler.
absolutely. And this looks like, I'd assume this is a pretty recent picture.
That's what I was going to say. This must be recent. The drawing is older, but
Right.
this must have been like within the last year anyway.
Yeah, I would say so. Certainly, it looks extremely recent. But yeah, I would guess that picture of Eddie that he drew. Yeah, I doubt he drew that from an old picture. That picture is probably as old as Eddie appears
Yeah.
to be in that picture. I would imagine.
And I think this picture was taken after Lawler's most recent health issues. Would you
Yeah,
agree?
I would. Like I said,
Yeah.
it looks fairly recent.
You can kind of see that his face is kind of drawn there, which is common for somebody who's had a stroke like he has.
Yeah, still looks good though.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, I think he looks very good there in that picture. Very happy. Great job of doing that drawing years ago, and the wrestling fans there. But yeah, can't keep a good king down, no doubt about it. We're going to bust through some of these. 4680. Any guesses on who this is? I know Adam knows because I told him, and you could know, or Rusty, if you cheated and looked at the notes. Do you know who this is?
Oh man, let me see here. Who could that be?
Well, I forgot who one of them was because I didn't know, but I definitely knew who the left was.
I was gonna say the guy kneeling has got to be one of the Fullers.
Yeah, that's Robert.
Okay, the guy beside him.
It's a Welch, isn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so maybe is it Leroy?
No, backwards. That's Roy Lee Welch, right?
Roy Lee. Okay, so Roy Lee Welch and Robert Fuller.
And they were first cousins, and that's the good
Okay.
picture there. And I thought it was interesting as you were talking about, we didn't know the fact that there was wrestling other places than just Memphis. We're going to take a look real quick at 4685. 4685. This is the Memorial Auditorium in Chattanooga, Tennessee, a site of classic stuff. The Chattanooga Memorial Coliseum. Next picture is one of the greatest heels of all time, a great promoter, raised some pretty good boys in professional wrestling. Do you know who this is?
Is that Fritz Von
Yeah.
Erich?
Yep.
You can kind of tell in the face. Yeah.
Yeah.
The rugged heel Fritz Von Erich. The next picture is, go ahead and do that, and we'll put Rusty
Man.
again. Rusty, I don't think looked at the notes, and Adam, I told him earlier. Identify this picture, Rusty.
Oh man, it's got to be Jackie Fargo with
It-
the white hair. Is that Eddie Marlin behind him?
Yes,
Okay, and I can't tell who it is on outside the ring.
that's Jackie Fargo.
Outside Jackie. Yeah.
Oh, okay, I misunderstood. Okay, that's Jackie. Then who is it inside the ring?
A tag team was Bobby Main and Charlie Fulton, managed by Sir Steve Clements. That's Bobby Main.
Oh, okay.
Next picture, very good
That's a good one.
transition is kind of Fargo fooling around. That's a good one, Adam.
Yeah, I would guess that's probably late 2000s, maybe '05 to '08, 2010, somewhere in that neighborhood.
I think it was even before that. What year did Eddie die? I want to say it was like 2012 or 13 that Eddie died.
Eddie who?
Or I'm sorry, not Eddie, Jackie Fargo.
I'm not sure.
Boy, I can't remember now.
Yeah, that looks to me like if I had to guess, mid to late early 2000s would be my guess on that
Yeah,
picture.
yeah, okay. Yeah, I can buy that.
I'd
And
say
let's
after, I'd say after Power Pro.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. Uh, without out a doubt about that, and we will go a look. And as soon as I tell you that Jackie Fargo was born on June the 26th, 1930, he passed away on June the 24th, 2013. Jackie Fargo died in 2013. He was 82 years old when he passed away. And we'll go ahead and look at this next picture as we're staying in with the Jackie Fargo deal. And this is the fabulous one himself, Jackie Fargo. And this is Nuthouse. This is Roughhouse Fargo, another real good picture. And we will continue the Fargo deal. And who is this, Doctor?
That looks to me like Tommy Rich with Jackie Fargo.
Absolutely, followed by a picture with Jackie Fargo with the mother of Jerry Jarrett, the grandmother of Jeff Jarrett, and this is Christine Jarrett, the Louisville, Evansville, and Lexington promoter,
I would guess
Miss
that
Christine Jarrett.
mid
You know,
'90s, Randy, 95, 94.
Yes, I think it would have been 95 at that show in Louisville.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too.
I've
Next.
heard all about Christine Jarrett, but I have never, there's only a handful of pictures of her, so I didn't really know, what she looked like per se. But you can almost see kind of Jerry Jarrett's face in
Yeah,
her place.
Next picture. As we continue on a Monday edition of Talking Memphis Wrestling, the fabulous one Jackie Fargo, as we go to the next picture there, and as we see action shot, this is the fabulous Jackie Fargo against Big Mean Henri Al Green. One of the biggest feuds in the history of Memphis wrestling, led to the first sellout in August of 1972, the hair versus hair match. And this is Fargo and Al Green going as Thomas
looks
saying,
like
hey to
Jackie's
PJ.
team.
PJ, what's going on with you as we go to the next picture on Talking Memphis Wrestling? Can you identify this one, Dr. Robinson?
Oh man, that must be Bobo Brazil,
Yeah,
the big guy in the front. I'm not sure who the guy in the white is.
Sir Steve Clements.
Oh, okay. Okay. And I'm not sure who the guy behind him is. Is that
I think the one in the front
Rufus.
is Rufus R. Jones. You see
Oh,
his
okay.
boots. This is
Yeah,
It
R.
says
you're right.
Jones.
RJ on the
You're right.
boot. Yeah,
That's Bobo Brazil in the
Behind
back.
him. Okay.
Next picture is a bloody picture. So Frank Seaton, you'll get off on that. You like blood? We're thinking that's Lynn Rossi, but I'm not 100% sure of
yeah.
that.
I don't know. That's definitely Buddy.
Buddy
Yeah.
Wayne.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
Buddy
I'm not sure.
Wayne
Yeah,
and
who the other one is.
is Bo James or somebody
and
on here?
I'm not sure that's in the Memphis territory.
Doesn't look familiar.
It could be Alabama.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I don't recognize the locker room, do you, Randy?
Mm-mm.
No, I don't. As we look at the next picture, this is a very young Tennessee stud. Great picture of Robert Fuller, and then a real good picture coming up next.
Everybody wants an autograph from him.
Yeah, then, yeah, it is real cool picture as we look at the next one, and this is King Jerry Lawler, and here's the one that's pretty good, and it is labeled the Fabulous Jackie Fargo. At the time in New York, he was the world champion. They say this is speculated to be one of his daughters. I'm not sure on that. And one of his first promoters, Jack Pfeffer, was this
Wow.
guy on the right. And Christine Jarrett, I had to. I lost it. I had it to put on the show, but Christine Jarrett, in a letter, threatened to kill Jack Pfeffer for running opposition and that sort of thing. Here's a
Yep,
classic
Jim
one.
Cornette shared that on his podcast a while back. That story about Christine and Jack Pfeffer.
Yeah, classic. By the way, Adam, thought you'd be interested in that. I got a email, believe it or not, and now William saying, what's special about email? When it comes to Jim Cornette, that's unusual
Yep.
because he is not uh, he is absolutely not into technology and modern stuff and stream anything like that. But he he called me. He said Randy said send me your current address. He said, I want to send you a copy of, I don't think it's even released yet, but a copy of his new book. And he's been talking
Oh,
about it on the podcast.
yeah.
But I forgot what the subject is. Do you remember?
Gosh, I don't remember. It's going to be available like very soon, I think, but I can't remember the title.
And what it's about? I have no idea. And maybe in our next video, I will see if I can uh, find something out. The next picture from 1976, and I'll let you identify this one. And I think this is pre Adam Dunn being on the face of the earth. Uh, I think so, and it's 4707. Go ahead, William.
Oh, yeah. This was the boxing match between Jerry Lawler and Rocky Johnson. That was fun. That got a lot of mainstream publicity in Memphis at the time. Like all three of the mainstream news channels picked that up and did interviews with Lawler about that. That was
Yeah,
really
remember,
interesting.
didn't they have like video of them doing like the weigh in and all that?
Yes,
Yeah,
sir. Yes,
absolutely.
sir.
They were
Yeah,
kind of playing off the Antonio Inoki and Muhammad Ali fight, which had been, not too long before that. And it worked well. They got a lot of publicity for it.
yeah.
Hey, I want
This
to
was Channel 13, right?
real quick. We'll come back to that. Let's go with me on the screen real quick. A lot of people in Jonesboro, Arkansas, watch this show, and of course, Jonesboro, Arkansas, where the Randy Hill story began. Jonesboro, Arkansas, born. Jonesboro, Arkansas, bred. When I, by God, die, I'll be Jonesboro, Arkansas, dead. And that's why I moved back from Hendersonville here in 2019. Thanks to Randy and Diane for helping get me home. My buddy, Sir Scratch Off from Front Row with Bud Row, Tracy Vinson, who recently became Facebook friends. Now, Tracy, I know you don't know you hadn't found this show before because we weren't Facebook friends. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Twitter, I'm on YouTube, I'm all over the place. Where else are we, Adam?
See, like I said, we're on Facebook. We're on what was it now? X, YouTube, and we're streaming at fun927.com. We're on uh,
Twitch.
yeah,
Twitch.
We're on Twitch as well. Yeah, we're all over the place.
Want to say hello and just the audience won't care about this, and William, you won't care about this, but just a little local Jonesboro radio scoops. There's been changes in our market, Ray, Adam. Changes in the Jonesboro market as resulting from East Arkansas Broadcasting. That as you've been in the studio with me when I used to every week for years be a special guest on Wednesday. Well, that show, as you remember, was a 3-hour show, and it was produced by Randy Myers. And then later he became a host. Him and Bud hosted. Well, effective on today's show, Randy Myers is no longer on the show, and he's have another gig and off the record, off the air. I'll tell you some of the inside scoops, but now it's a 2-hour show, and it's with Bud by himself, producing, hosting the old school way. So, little scoop there. Jessica Nicole Stancher Bell is in the house, and we appreciate that very much. And we go back to the 47. Uh, '07, the Rocky Johnson and Jerry Lawler. And again, Adam, you would have been -9. Am I correct on that?
What was the year?
76.
Yes. Yes.
Doesn't that make you feel low? Diggum, he was -9, and here we.
Geez, yeah, 76. That was between the summer between my junior and senior year in high school.
And I was 15 years at the time. Adam, I wanted to point this out as one of the ongoing storylines on this show today. Is we looked at Chattanooga, we looked at Rupp Arena. This with Rocky Johnson, Jerry Lawler in the boxing match. Referee was Thomas Marlin. This is at the Louisville Gardens in Louisville, Kentucky.
Okay.
They must have taken that match around all the big cities, I guess, then, because I'd swear they did this in Memphis also.
Oh, they did do it in Memphis. They did everything.
Okay.
I mean,
I thought so.
Hey, here's a scoop for you. In June of 1983, they did Dundee Lawler, Loser Leave Town, June 6, 1983. They also did the Loser Leave Town the following Saturday, or maybe the previous. I think it was the previous Saturday on in Nashville. Then they did the match in Memphis on a Monday, in Louisville on the Loser Leave Town in Louisville, because there's no social media, no internet, that sort of thing.
Right.
They did.
Right.
They did Nashville, Memphis, Louisville, Evansville, and ended up with Lexington in Kentucky. So about 5 Loser Leave Town matches, and that's the thing. You couldn't get away without. Adam, we've talked about that many times. The way we structured, and we'll tell you know, Adam, but Rusty, I don't know exactly knows. So what the TV show we did on Saturday would be live in Memphis.
Right.
Then we would take, whether it was Eddie or me or JJ, whatever, would take it back to Hendersonville and hand the tape over to Randy West. Randy would edit the 1-hour version down, put 5 minutes of localized programs, a bad guy interview, heel interview for 2 minutes, babyface interview for 2 minutes, and then a 1-minute Lance stand up or whoever the announcer might be, Michael, me, Dave Brown, whoever, running down the out of town and the cards for that area. So again, you mentioned earlier, you didn't have a clue.
No.
Well,
No, the Memphis show, in fact, was 90 minutes. So we got an hour and a half. It was from 11 to 12:30 every Saturday morning.
Yeah, and I was going to point out too, Randy, when you say that Randy West edited the show, 30 minutes of the show in Memphis, you guys actually just did not even record it, right? You just didn't even record those segments at all. So he would actually get the hour tape because y'all just did not record the Memphis only segments at all when you were there. So he would take it back and then drop in what needed to be dropped in, and y'all would actually in the studio record an alternate ending segment for the rest of the market, correct?
Yeah, because the ending of the Louisville, Nashville, Evansville, Lexington show was more likely 9 times out of different than the Memphis thing. Usually they got more action, even though there was 30 minutes.
Even though it was a shorter show, a lot of times they would wind up with another fall or another match.
Right. Just a very interesting situation. We'll go with. Go ahead.
Even to Rusty's point, even when I was watching USWA as a young kid in 96, 97, I had no idea that it was anywhere besides Memphis, just
Yeah.
because when they would do the extra 30 minutes was either running down the Memphis card, and like you said, they would talk about out of town stuff, but it was just stuff that was within the TV5 viewing radius of like
Right.
150 miles. So you would hear like Jonesboro, Tupelo, Dyersburg, West Memphis, whatever. So you still kind of thought you was hearing all the on tour stuff. But like I say, those segments would not get recorded at all to go to Randy West. And then the way that the bicycle tape was done, like Randy said, if it went to Evansville, they got localized Evansville interviews that were maybe done at Randy West's house or at Jerry Jarrett's house or whatever. Nashville got localized stuff. Louisville got localized stuff. And then later on, I think there was a time too, Randy, when it was syndicated all over the place. It may be in Pittsburgh or Chicago or whatever, that those wouldn't necessarily get anything as far as like a localized where we're going to be. It might get, a commercial for USWA hotline or commercial for the whatever, or they would actually have barter spots that would run just in those markets.
Talking Memphis Wrestling, Adam Dunn, Dr. Robinson, I'm Randy Hills, and happy birthday to Michael St. John. Chris is at a board meeting, and what in the world is Pat doing? He's doing the family thing, as we have two more pictures for you, plus some video, plus some talk. 4708. 4708 is the next picture, and this. Do I need to help you with this one?
It goes 4707 to 4709, I think. What's it a picture of?
The graveside of.
Okay, that may be 8, but it looks like 9 on my end. But Gypsy Joe.
Oh, okay.
He was also, was he not also El Grande Pistolero as well?
Yes.
Kind of in the early 90s.
And a tough son of a gun, and
he wrestled forever.
And
yeah.
This is a young Gypsy Joe that we will see in the following picture right now.
Yep.
Who did he tag with, Randy, early on? Was it Frank Martinez? Is that who his early?
Frank Martinez was one of them, and over the years, just a bunch of them. And in the modern era, he and Frank Morrell was good buddies, and they teamed together a lot. Just great pictures, and William, I think that this is fastly becoming. I've been real lucky at finding these classic pictures. Already have about 5 or 6 lined up for next week. Do you enjoy the pictures of the week?
Oh, absolutely. I've never seen most of them. I mean, some of them, are stills from other things. But like those pictures of Gypsy Joe or some of those pictures of Jackie Fargo, particularly the older ones, like when he was in New York, I've never seen those. So that's really cool.
Yeah, like I enjoyed seeing the one of Sir Steve Clements and was it Bobby Main that was in there also? Those real unique that not saying anything about it at all, but we see Lawler and Dutch and Dundee and all those guys all the time. So it's neat when you see some of the ones that was in some cases 100% before my time, but in a lot of cases even some of the ones that were before y'all's time, like some like just even some of the early Nick Goulas stuff and things like that. It's just always neat to see them and talk about them and like guess who it is,
Right.
It's a fun thing at all as we are approaching our mark. And William, we know that you have a house full of company there, and we'll let you just go ahead and do a last take. And we'll be back on Tuesday next week for sure.
Oh,
back
very
on
good.
the regular schedule will be back on Tuesday.
Well, thanks, Randy. It's a pleasure to be here, and thanks for letting me off a little early. As you said, I always enjoy seeing all the old pictures. And I glanced over the run sheet for tonight, and I'm a little disappointed I won't see some of those promos you've got lined up. I saw one from Dream Machine, and he was always terrific. So I may have to go back and look that up, or I'll have to come back in and check the replay. of this show, like tomorrow or the next day, whenever you post it, because I don't want to miss Dream Machine.
What do you have going on the Blues Doctor Recommend, and when will those T-shirts be available? Because I'll buy them. I'll buy me one.
All right. Well, the Blues Doctor podcast for this week will be out tomorrow night, Tuesday night at midnight. So you'll be able to get it Wednesday during the day. And this week, we're talking about a couple of interesting things. I do talk about Memphis wrestling this week. I do sort of a
You're still in my
overview
gimmick,
of-
man.
Yeah. The way I did it is the sort of the Mount Rushmore of Memphis wrestling, and you can probably figure out who my Mount Rushmore was. But then also this week was the birthday of John Lennon, who was a big hero of mine. So we included that on there too. Plus, we got some more live music that I threw in, so it should be interesting.
Well, we'll look forward to it. I'll listen to the show, The Blues Doctor Recommend. Thank you, Doc.
You're welcome, buddy. Thanks, Adam.
Yeah, Doc, good seeing you, man.
And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The world.
Number 2.
No, he vanished. He is gone. He is out of here doing the family deal. I bet his wife don't like us.
Oh, she has no reason to not like me. You're the one dragging them on here. I just produced the damn thing.
See, switch the heat. You reminded me more of Kevin fucking Lawler all the time. No wonder
Talk
you
about
know.
the heat. Damn. Okay.
You're the only person I know that actually like him.
Bury him and put him over at the same time. Okay.
Now, how did I put him over? I said
Same.
you're the only one that likes him. It wasn't meant to be put over.
You could have said nobody likes him.
Well, that's true. I'm sure maybe other people, if I could think about it a little bit.
Need to give you a minute.
I need to give him a minute. Hey, Doc might have left. Chris might have no-showed. I won't even tell him because you got the group text. We won't even say what Michael St. John's doing. I don't think
It's his birthday. Y'all can figure it out.
Yeah, the pretty wife. Yeah. Anyway, and Pat travels with his son's friend, roommate, and his daughter, and all that. And Chris Ellis is at a school board meeting.
Oh, so it sounds like somebody's working for a living.
And here we are on a Monday night talking.
Monday Night Wrestling returns, and it's just us.
Absolutely. Hey, we're going to watch a video right now. As you go to that section of your computer and find the video that says it's 1 minute, 40 seconds. This, Adam, is what I was explaining when Lance did a stand-up. This was done on Monday nights in about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoons when we started doing the interviews. Like I said earlier, a Hill interview, a Babyface interview, and a Lance stand-up, and of all the towns, all the markets.
So these were shot at the Coliseum.
Shot at the Coliseum in the room we call it the interview room. That makes sense, doesn't it?
Right, yeah.
What else would you call it? Randy West must have freaking gone away because he hadn't talked in a long time. But so here's the little secret of this time. Randy was shooting the camera, and I had the stopwatch, and I was given the cue. So it's a 2-minute interview.
So you're giving them the 30, the 15.
30, 15.
Wrap it up.
10, and then wrap it up, then the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll watch that interview right now. Here's the Dream Machine with the great Lance Russell, with Adam Dunn, Randy Hills, and nobody else. This is the Memphis Wrestling.
Well, if it'll go. I've only clicked on it about 12 times. Let's see. We'll try it again. Pull it back up. Well, isn't that fun?
Maybe it didn't take, and why don't I try to do it on
Didn't you delete one of them? It's still showing 2 on my end. Hang on. Yep, that's what it was.
Tuesday night, well, we're giving you the entire card.
Let's go full
All
screen.
8 matches going to be down at the Gardens Tuesday night, and I know you're going to want to too. When Jerry the King Lawler brings it back after 11 months to face the big Dream Machine. And Jimmy Hart, I guess you better hope the Dream Machine is everything you say he is, because if Lawler beats him, he's got a 5-minute match with Jimmy Hart.
let me just say this. I've got a little sore throat today, so I'm not talking very much because I've got my beautiful dream machine right here, Russell. Look at
Well, okay.
Old Blue Moon of Kentucky keep on shining. Jerry Lawler do not show up because 275 pounds is not your blue.
You're the dream machine. He makes a lot of conversation. It'll take more than that to take care of the team. The king, though, dream machine. He'll be there with a dream machine facing Jerry the King Lawler. And if Lawler can beat the dream machine...
So that was a minute 41, so I assume the whole thing was 2 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How
Very.
about that dream machine? Hell, he was every other word back and forth. Boom, 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 boom.
Hey, I have, and we will get to it, I have the cards of the week, but I think we need to continue with our with other video, and let me see what we have. Go ahead. All the King's horses. 54 seconds.
Oh, 54 seconds? I don't see one 54 seconds. I see one 39 seconds.
Okay, let's just see what that is.
All right, that says Dream Machine's drop job, and then I can't read the rest of it. See what we got.
Oh, Daddy, we're going to get on that big white bird. We're going to get on that big white bird and fly south. You know, you got to go south for that southern loving, but Memphis, Tennessee is always a superstar in the dreams. Home away from home. You know, I'm going to get out on that beach. I've got me a new pair of jogging trunks, and I'm moving, grooving, shucking, and jiving. Superstar, let's get it on. Let's get it on, baby.
Okay, fine.
There you go.
Very interesting one, and apparently the famous All the King horses, and there's not one up there for 54 seconds.
We'll go back in the storage and see. Not 54, I don't see. Do you see it on your end?
Let's see. We'll look, and folks, we're
Live television, everybody.
And
see, I'm still showing that one on here twice. So I wonder if it screwed something up on my end.
well, no, it is not on there, and then let's do this is Mark of a Chicken. This is 4 minutes and 55 seconds, Adam, on Talking Memphis Wrestling.
Here is Jimmy Hart with the former holder of the AWA Southern Heavyweight Belt, the Dream Machine.
Don't you start talking, because I'm going to tell you something, Dutch Mantell. I want all of you people out there to be proud of your champion, Dutch Mantell. But the way you got that belt, boy, you didn't have enough guts. You know, when I went down there, I was burning up with fever, 102 fever, and he tried to get me. Jimmy Hart, my manager, tried to get me. He says, Dream Machine, don't you go down there to face him because you're not able. I said, but I'm going because the man that I am, with the power that I have in my body, and I went down there to get in that ring to face him eyeball to eyeball. And what did you do, Dutch Mantell? You did not have enough brass on your face to come out where the rats are supposed to come out. You had to run around the building and come in the front door. Now, why did you have to do that? Because I'll tell you why, boy. Because you're gutless and you're chicken, and you know there's no way, come rain, sleet, hell, or snow, that you can beat me, because I did it all, brother. There's nothing in the world that I want to do, no place I want to go, and no place that I'm going back to. You understand what I'm saying? Because I don't care. But Dutch Mantell, you're going to pay, baby. I'm going to be in your coffee. I'm going to be in your eggs and bacon. I'm going to be in your pancakes. I might even be... Oh, I don't even want to say where I might be, but I'm going to be there, brother, and I'm going to tell you, Dutch Mantell, you look at this face, and every face tells a story of pain, misery, and the blues. Shucking, jiving, moving, and grooving. I did the barbed wire fence from hell and back, baby, and I've never feared any man that ever walked God's green earth, and I do not fear you. And Dutch Mantell, you are a chicken. I look up and I see a hammer, I see a whip, and I'm knocked out, and I get up, and my manager tells me, he says, Dream, it's over. I say, how in the hell can it be over? And the bell ain't even rung, Dutch Mantell. But I'm looking at you, boy, and I'm going to be looking at you for a long time, because it'll never be over. And I got news for you, Bigfoot. I'm not scared of you, Turkey. I'm not scared of you, and I've never been scared of you. And I guarantee you, Jimmy, that I want him, if it's any guts,
in your body. If you get behind these people, if these people are behind you, if you are a true champion like I was, you'll come out here and take that belt and hand it to me right on the platter and say, Dream Machine, this is your belt, baby. This is yours, and I stole it like a thief in the night that I was. Hallelujah. I stole it. I want him out here, Jimmy. Tell me right now if he's got it. You saw it. You was down there hooping and hollering. I tell you why Lance Russell is not here, because he was drinking. He was down there hooping and hollering with the rest of them idiots. I'm fired up, baby. I'm wired tighter than a Gibson guitar on a Friday night. And Dutch Mantell, I want your meat, baby.
Dream, I got something to tell you, darling.
Hallelujah.
He won't come out and give you a title shot because Dutch Mantell called me this morning, and you know what he told me? He said, Jimmy Hart, I want back in the first family. He said, Jimmy Hart, I want to be back in the first family. And I said, well, Dutch, there's only one way to get back, brother, and that's to give my Dream Machine a title shot, and he's awfully mad at you. And he said, well, Jimmy, I'll do anything to get in the first family, but I ain't going to give the Dream Machine a title shot.
And everybody else
watching.
watching.
One other thing that you can do to get back in the first family, baby, and that's to wear the mark of a chicken. The mark of a chicken, Dutch Mantell. And he said, Jimmy, I will do anything. So, ladies and gentlemen, right now, I'm giving you the mark of a chicken, Dutch Mantell. Come here, Dutch Mantell. If you want to be back in the first family, come on out here then. Come on out. Look at him, baby. Look at him. There's the chicken. Look at him. Dirty Dutch Mantell back in the first family. Look at him. Come on, Dutch. Look at him.
Who the hell that is, I don't know, but I would suffice it's not Dutch Mantell, Adam.
I wouldn't think so, no.
Dutch Mantell, you take a look, boy, when you face your old lady, when you face them ugly kids you got.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
This is what you are, Dutch Mantell. This is what I'm going to do to you. I'm going to take you down and I'm going to crush you, Dutch Mantell. And I'm going to look at you. I'm going to spit in your face. Where you at, boy? That's what I'm going to do. It's over. That's Dutch Mantell. That's your true champion. That's somebody you can be proud of.
Jimmy,
right there.
Let's get him out of here.
No, shut up, baby. You went down there hooping and hollering with them.
More wrestling's coming up. We'll be back with you.
Okay, Adam, have you ever seen the mark of a chicken and your thoughts?
I had not ever seen that, and just, I mean, Dave is one of those people that I mean, he can tell a story with his facial expressions, and that's all that you need. And that may have been, I have complained about this before, that may have been one of the only times I've actually seen Dave have a combination of dark and gray hair. It seems like Dave had dark hair one week and gray the next. There was no in between. But that may have been one time where you could kind of see both of it, just a little bit. No, I'd never seen that. I guarantee it wasn't Dutch Mantell. It looks like somebody went over to WKNO and robbed the props off of Sesame Street. I don't know what that was.
Hey, I had thought I had uploaded a video earlier, and apparently we couldn't find it, so I have added it and got it ready. So This is one more Dream Machine stuff. This is 1 minute, 53 seconds. 1 minute, 53 seconds. Do you see that one?
See a minute. No, I don't see it. Minute 53. If you got it on your end, go ahead and fire it off, but I do not see it on my end.
Well, that is odd, isn't it? Is it not?
Yeah.
Here we go.
What in the Sam Hill is this, Dream?
TCB taking care of business. Graveyard digging the coffin, buying a long time. We've been in the family crime. Because all the king's horses and all the king's men can't put the king back together again, if you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, well, cut all that garbage out. And what the Sam Hill you mean jumping?
Well, I'm trying to tell you, if you'll shut up long enough before I can tell you, let me tell you something. Every time they come down the pike, every time something took place, title shots, championship matches, it's always Lawler and Dundee. Lawler and Dundee, but this man right here give me the greatest chance of all to be on top right off the bat against Jerry Lawler. And you know one other thing, this right here bring it all down to a screeching halt, if you know what I'm talking about, baby. Because 10,000 people watching said, don't take your mask off, Dream. The only thing that I held with value, my mask. Say, don't take it off, baby. Don't take it off. And then who, out of all people now, so you tell the Dream Machine who comes out and holds up a towel and says, oh, it's all right, Dream. Go ahead and take it off. Jerry Lawler, shame me one more time. But you know something? All the king's horses and all the king's men can't put the king back together again. Because I am that man that walked that barbed wire fence 32,000 miles barefooted. He still stone case satellite with bread, picked up the blue gas. Big man, we are here to stay, brother, not to play. You know what I'm saying, but it's going to be that graveyard digging a coffin buying a long time we've been, and our family
to get serious, baby.
That's it.
Because we're family, all my brothers and sisters.
I'm telling you, Dream, he'll get you. He'll get you before it's over with. Okay, get out of here.
All the king's men, all the king's horses can't put Jerry Lawler back together again. Have you ever seen that promo? And that's one of my favorite Dream Machine promos of all times.
Now, I know who Bugsy McGraw is, but I think that's the first Bugsy McGraw on TV that I've ever seen.
And he didn't have much to say. Just after that crazy interview, that there was nothing serious about it. Then he said it's time to get serious when that was anything but serious.
Well, yeah, and where do you expect to fit in if the other two people out there is Jimmy Hart and Dream Machine? How are you supposed to get word in edgewise on that?
Did you enjoy the videos we had today? Because we kind of look at stuff you probably hadn't seen much of today.
No, absolutely, yeah.
We'll finish it up with some cards right now, and we're going to do several Chattanooga cards. This one is going back to the 50s. It's 47-28. 47-28, and talent-wise, folks,
Let me drop the crawl off there so we can read the bottom.
this is in Chattanooga, Tennessee. It was a Thursday night town at that point. Nick Goulas and Roy Welch, the promoters. American Legion, the VFW, were the sponsors. Tickets on sale all day at the Memorial Auditorium box office. It was a huge 3-match card, Adam. It's a great ladies match. Miss Neil Stewart against Miss Jessica Rogers. The second match of the night was the fabulous Jackie Fargo and Don Green, or Jackie Fargo and Don Fargo against Lynn Rossi and Herb Welch. And the main event was, and this was in the 50s, I bet you've never heard of NWA World Heavyweight Champion Dick Hutton in your life.
I've heard of Dick Hutton, and I haven't heard of Ken Kenneth, the challenger, either.
I've never heard of Ken Kenneth, so that goes back in the 50s.
Interesting on here that Nell Stewart is in the opening match, and it's her picture, because, of course, that was the unique thing about the card, was having the women's match on there.
Yeah, that is strange. But you got the world champion on the freaking picture.
Right, you got the world champion, but you got the girl from the first match. When you can look and see why, the girl from the first match is the one advertising the card.
47-23 is a Chattanooga card from May 29th, 1976. And Adam, we'll let you go from the bottom to the top.
Well, we got David Schultz and Bill Ash going against George Goulas and Don Kernodle. Then we have Eddie Marlin against the Domino. Tojo Yamamoto and Jerry Jarrett take on Duke Miller and Ken Dillinger.
That's Duke Myers. That is wrong.
Duke Myers, okay?
Yeah, that's wrong. You're not wrong. They're wrong.
Or Nick is wrong, probably. Roger Nature Boy Kirby going against Cowboy Frankie Lane. In the main event, Phil Hickerson and Dennis Condrey against Big Bad John and Jackie Fargo, May 29th, 1976, the waning days of the WHBQ era.
Put Bo James' comment. I knew Bo would know. I asked Bo a question an hour ago and he wasn't on.
Ken Kenneth was from New Zealand, old-time carny shooter. All right. Ken Kenneth.
Did not know who he was, and that's interesting. Let's go ahead and put that card back on.
Yeah, so right here, that was the main event. Was Ken Kenneth was the challenger to Dick Hutton for the NWA World Heavyweight title.
And that was in the 50s, and that's Chattanooga, Tennessee. Our third Chattanooga card, we saw the mid-50s. We saw
Yeah.
May 1976, and we'll go to 4698 Chattanooga, Tennessee on
Yeah.
July the 31st, 1975. All these different looks here. The opening match has the promoters are Nick Goulas, Roy Welch, and Harry Thornton, the announcer, the TV host. Don Fargo against Phil Hickerson in the opening match. Then it was Jimmy Golden and Robert Fuller, a pair of cousins against the Outlaws, Cowboy Parker and Cowboy Dillinger with manager Al Green. Then came a Southern Championship match, the Mongolian Stomper with manager Bearcat Wright against, he was the champion, the Stomper, against Magnificent Zulu with Robert Fuller. Zulu, one of the worst in-ring wrestlers I've ever seen, but he drew a lot of money. And the main event was the fabulous Jackie Fargo, Roughhouse Fargo against superstar Bill Dundee and Chris Colt with manager Bill Colt. And that event in Chattanooga, Tennessee. And we will continue to go with Chattanooga, 4713, and we'll let you read this card, Adam.
Yeah, City Auditorium from June 12th, 1976. Looks very similar to the last one that we had up there from this one. Ken Dillinger against Dennis Hall. Duke Miller against Chief Billy Blue River. Roger Nature Boy Kirby against Rosie Jones. Return tag match, Tojo Yamamoto and Jackie Fargo against Phil Hickerson and Dennis Condrey. And the return Southeastern tag title match, David Schultz and Bill Ash against Tojo Yamamoto and Jerry Jarrett.
Interesting card in Chattanooga as we took a look at a lot of Chattanooga stuff, and we'll go to 4705. We'll move across the street. We'll move across the state with Memphis Mid-South Coliseum. Adam, this was June the 24th, 1974. 11,730. We will alternate. I'll do the first match, and
Okay.
then we'll alternate. And I want to say that the regular prices for this event, Studio Wrestling, as you can see in 1974, was on WHBQ TV Channel 13. Promoters Burt Bates, Nick Goulas, and Roy Welch, because we explained before that in the state of Tennessee, you had to have a local resident, one of the promoters. So they just paid him a few bucks to say they were the promoters, and that's exactly what that was. The first match was George Goulas against the Mass Terror. That opened up the card at the Mid-South Coliseum. Al.
Then you had Joey Rossi in action against Lou Thez.
Former six-time world champion, just the second match. This is, of course, toward the end of his career. Then came a big six-man tag team match. Al Green, Phil Hickerson, and Sam Bass against Tommy Gilbert, Eddie Marlin, and Ricky Gibson. Big, huge six-man tag team match. Adam, the Southern Tag Title match.
Yeah, so at that time, was Sam Bass wrestling?
Yeah, he wrestled from time to time, not a whole lot, but usually six-mans or maybe him and Lawler together.
Okay. Southern Tag Team title match, no time limit, no disqualification. Bobby Main and Charlie Fulton with Sir Clements against Bobo Brazil and Bearcat Brown.
And the main event was a NWA Southern. This is before it was called the Southern Heavyweight Championship. This was the year that Lawler won the title. The Southern Junior title later became the Southern Heavyweight. This is a big match that drew in Memphis, Tennessee, 11,738 folks, and that is a big crowd to see the fabulous Jackie Fargo and Jerry the King Lawler supercard. The summer of '74, the most attended month in the history of Memphis wrestling. Absolutely no doubt about that. And then we'll go to, this was June 24th. We'll skip to July the 15th. Adam, this was 4704.
Yeah,
40.
I was just going to point out real quick. It's interesting that the people featured on this one as well. Bobo was in the semi-main and Jackie was in the main. So usually you would see like the two main eventers picture up there. So that's kind of neat that they put one from the Southern title match, the Southern Tag Team title match, and one from the main event.
That is a very interesting thing, and this is July the 15th, 1974. This is 11,708 people, 11,708, and I'll start with the first one, my guy. Eddie Marlin against the Red Shadow, opening up the Mid-South Coliseum in Memphis, Tennessee.
Yeah, then we had Bearcat Brown going against, is that Mike Loren? Is that how you say that?
Yes.
Mike Loren. The tickets are on sale at the Coliseum box office, 9 to 12 Saturday, all day Monday. Then I'm looking at this next one. Who the hell is that a picture of? It's not anybody in the match, is it?
No, but that is the Sheik.
I'll say that looks like the Sheik. So it's just interesting that his picture is all the way down there. But yeah, because that's Al Green and Phil Hickerson against Jackie and Roughhouse Fargo was that match. And then
That was the money match on the card. The Fargos, again, it drew 11,708 people. Then came NWA Southern Tag Championship. Charlie Fulton and Bobby Main with Sir Steve Clements. We talked about, had a picture of them earlier, or at least Bobby Main, and we saw Sir Steve Clements earlier against Ricky Gibson and Tommy Gilbert with Eddie Marlin. And the final match, and here's Adam.
main event, Jerry Lawler with manager Sam Bass against the Sheik. Yeah, and I saw that Charlie Fulton and Bobby Wayne there. I was thinking, okay, did we mess up Buddy or did we mess up Bobby Main? And you made that clear. What else was I going to ask on that one? I'll let you go ahead, but I was just thinking of something else there. Oh, Charlie Fulton.
He teamed with Frank Morrell back in the day with Frank Morrell as the Mighty Yankees.
Okay.
At one time, and Frank had various partners as the Mighty Yankees. The Sheik drew a lot of money in Memphis for sure. You know, as we get rid of that and look at what we've done today, we opened with a couple of videos, and we had a ton of photos of the week. We've had videos, and we had 5 or 6 cards. It's a difference of not having Big Mouse, Michael St. John, Pat Trammell, and Chris Ellis on the show.
Because here they are in spirit.
In spirit, there you are. That's a good deal for sure. Adam, we are 40 minutes before the normal closing time, but you know what?
Hey, with me, I can go to sleep.
I'm out of material.
That's it. It's over. We're done. It's Monday. Should we at least stretch it for 10 minutes and make it a 90-minute show like back in the day?
Absolutely. Play Monday Night Memories.
Okay. Yeah. That'll buy us a few minutes anyway.
Oh, I can get 10.
Here we go.
We'll knock Kevin Lawler if we have to. This gives me chills. Randy West put this together. The video. Did an excellent job. Fantastic. Give me heart with the music.
Some are gone, some are still alive. I watch them every Saturday on TV. I couldn't wait till they climbed in the ring. Monday night memories are all I have to remind me of you. Jerry Lawler, he's
play Conrad back there.
Dave Brown was his sidekick, everybody knows. Monday Night Memories.
Great catch by Jimmy Hart.
All I have to remind me of you. Monday Night Memories are all I have to remind me of you.
This was shown on the March the 5th edition of USWA Wrestling. Adam, how old would you have been in 1994?
I think March of '94, I would have still been 8.
8 years old. Now, when do you think would have been the first time that you saw that great video?
I think the first time I saw it was actually '97. Was the first time I saw it. They were doing, I think you actually laid it out when they were doing those best of USWA shows there toward the end.
Yes.
I think that's the first time that I had ever seen it.
Good stuff, and that gives me chills every time as we have, 7 minutes to kill right now to give us the hour and a half of this show, and I guarantee you that we didn't have 7 2-minute breaks. So we're giving you more material, folks. We're giving you a fired up, extended lot of stuff about Memphis wrestling. And I'm going to kind of change tune and talk to you about this, Adam. And I think I might have texted you this, and you're my technology guy normally, right? Normally. Well, where the hell were you like when I needed you? Because not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before, you watched many a times in my living area that Philips TV that I have. Remember that TV right there, and that we watched many stuff on there, but just out of the blue, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't come on. So I changed batteries in the remote. Now these newfangled TVs don't have an off and on button on the damn thing. Did you know that?
No.
They don't. The new TVs, a lot of them don't. So there's not off and on. So I thought, well, I'll change batteries. And I changed batteries in the remote control. That didn't work. So I went and bought a remote control and then put new batteries in that, and it wouldn't work. And then we could go Saturday, my niece Cindy came in for a birthday party, and her husband Benny, and I had Benny, who is more technical than I am, and it doesn't take much, Adam, as you know, but he worked on it and he couldn't get it going. So I went all by my little self. I went to online and I ordered a 55-inch television from Walmart, and I ordered ahead where they had it ready in 3 hours, and I went and I actually took it out of the box, and the only thing I had trouble with is putting the damn stand on it, but my friend Laura came over and we did it together, because you had to have somebody holding, somebody screwdriver, all that kind of the stuff. Let's see how much time. Still 4 minutes to go. I'm milking this story out, but here's what I wanted to tell you. It is a Roku TV, okay? And they have a Roku channel, and it's called Live Television. And they have a wrestling channel. And this is what you would be interested in. On that wrestling channel, they have, as I watched 2 or 3 episodes, and this is fairly current because we watched when they first went on the air, but the NWA, Billy Corgan NWA show, worst wrestling show I'd ever seen in my life. It had some good talent. Austin Idol's on there and different people you would know. Kerry Morton's a hell of a worker, but it's a small venue. And next time you're in Jonesboro, it's called, another thing you won't like, it's called NWA Power. They
Yeah,
didn't throw the Power Hour in the damn thing. NWA Power. But I was very disappointed in
yeah.
that.
For me, from the beginning, I was very disappointed. I was so optimistic when they were going to shoot it here in Georgia at Techwood Drive and make it look like they said studio wrestling, blah 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 blah. And then it was nothing like studio wrestling. It looked almost like it was shot more on a sound stage or something, and they just whoever was producing it, directing it, just didn't get it. And the way that they still were trying to make it look like some big time thing, but it was in a small thing, so that made it look rinky dink. I just, for the life of me, and you're probably the only person that get this. I don't understand people not being able to take the concept of studio wrestling, understand the limitations, if you want to call it that, but understand how to, and you guys had 30 years of having to make it work, but make that work to your advantage and how studio wrestling should look and how it should flow. I think it's just a bunch of people that never done. Well, I mean, Ricky Morton and those guys have done studio wrestling, but just a lot of people. And to be fair, Billy Corgan grew up on Georgia wrestling, not Memphis wrestling. And it's just kind of like even when we watched the Power Pros when Cornette booked it versus you booking it, how same studio, same talent, totally different television show, totally different feel.
It was more like in his version of Bill Watts Mid South
Right.
Wrestling, and my version was a Memphis Wrestling thing. And you know what? I think with that roster and a lot of good-looking talent, that sort sort of thing. First of all, I would have changed the announcer, and I wasn't my cup of tea at all.
Who's the announcer now?
I don't even know.
Okay.
I mean, I forgot. That's how much they
Last
did.
time I watched it, I think it was before they kicked Cornette off.
Oh yeah, and he's been gone from there for several years. But I mean, I just wonder. First of all, if those same announcers, I don't think I could have produced them. I think I'd say something and like what I would have said to Lance and Dave, and would say two words, and they knew where I was going. I could read a book to these guys, and they not have a clue. Same thing with the talent.
Right,
I just don't know if they could do it.
Well, that's the thing we talked about. I know it's bottom of the hour, so we'll wrap up here. But that's the thing that we've talked about before too is people doing local wrestling or studio wrestling. It's always a bunch of, and I don't say this derogatorily, but I think again, Randy, I think you'll understand what I'm saying here. Anytime anyone else tries to do it, they try to do it with all 100% wrestling business people. And what was so different about Channel 5, the Channel 5 production crew was not wrestling business people. They were professional television production people. Lance Russell and Dave Brown weren't necessarily wrestling business people. They were professional television announcers. So you had people in all of those roles that were professionals at what they did, including all of the wrestlers and the promoters and the bookers. But usually when you see that, it's like, some people that are wrestling people or wrestling people adjacent trying to be the announcers, friends of that doing the production or having input on it, and bullshit like agents and crap that, you didn't have 20, 30 years ago. But, Memphis Wrestling was a professional wrestling company being produced at a real professional television station hosted by professional TV people. So everyone you had was professionals at what they did, and especially people like Dave Brown, number one weatherman for 30 years, Lance Russell, program director, and then the talent of the production people that came through Channel 5. You just had people that were good, solid people, and even Memphis was a top 50 market at that time, so you had good employees at the TV station. So all of that combined, you had the best of the best in all the positions possible, is what I'm trying to say.
And you said it very well, and always a good person to have on the show when we kind of break down television for sure. It's time for last take, and the only person to do last take of the panel is not even a regular panel member, but finally you knew that when you finally was up front with me and honest with me and told me you had a camera and a microphone,
The whole room is new.
you knew I'd get you on the air. You have any kind of last take of what we've seen today? Because we've got
No,
hour.
I enjoyed it. It was neat. It's there's usually not very often that I see stuff that I at least haven't heard of or haven't seen us discuss on the show before. Being as we've done this show, gosh, what 5, 6, 7 years now. But seeing stuff like I'd never seen the Dutch Mantel chicken thing, that was new to me. There's a couple others. The picture of Bobby Main was new to me. The picture of Sir Steve Clements was new. So it's always neat. I feel like, and I think all of us feel this way, the whole panel. It's an education every single time that we're on, and it's so cool when you get your perspective, Michael's perspective, Coach's perspective, Pat's perspective, Rusty's perspective. It's just so neat to get all those different perspectives and thoughts and everything from everybody. And super quick again, happy birthday to panel member Michael St. John, and happy birthday to Shane Russell, son of Lance.
A couple of things is not, I don't want to do that one. I'll do this one. Keith Jordan, who I've never, Keith, where are you from? Now he says, welcome back home, Randy Hills. So does that mean that he's saying welcome back home because he is from Jonesboro as well, and he's saying welcome back to Jonesboro? Or then he says, in the second comment, he says, and Adam, you're here at least producing every show. I've never seen Keith make a comment. He says, long time hearing your voice. And so do you remember seeing Keith Jordan on the show?
I think that may be a new viewer. Keith, let us know. Comment in there and let us know if you're a new viewer. And then it was that Richard Hood that said Lance and Dave are two of the best commentators in the business. They worked well together. And that's so important too. You know, we've said it a bazillion times. Gordon and Lance together was fucking horrible. But it's just, you know, take them apart. They were fantastic. And then not just anybody can work with somebody. And that was something good about Michael. Michael was good by himself. Michael knew how to work with Lance, work with Dave. And another one's Corey that doesn't get, he does with us, but Corey doesn't get enough credit. And unfortunately, it's kind of because, you know, he was overshadowed or in the shadow of Lance and Dave still. But to me, the mark of a good commentator is, can they carry that hour-and-a-half show by themselves? And Corey and Michael both could do that no problem, just like Lance and Dave.
Absolutely. Keith says, my hat's off to Randy. Randy is icon, well known for everything. Don't know about that, but I appreciate it. And if you're still on here, which apparently you are, Keith, where are you from?
Randy's not going to want you to go anywhere, Keith. Just keep on putting him on.
Yeah, I like you, but we ended up, we are 5 minutes over what you set to go without time is, and we certainly did that easy.
The producer going over 5, 6 minutes now, huh?
See, that's the thing I like about the internet and the thing, Gazelle. If we wanted to go another 3 hours, we could. We're not, but we could.
No, we're definitely not. Like I said, I'm been busy at work these past few weeks. I'm looking forward to my vacation next week. I'm going to bring the computer with me, so I should still be able to produce the show as long as they've got halfway decent internet.
Well, that will be good. And let's see y'all.
Been here before, listening to you, Randy, on the podcast. He's from Memphis, regular fan from Mid-South Coliseum back in the day. We're glad you're here with us and glad you're able to keep reliving those, especially tonight, these Monday night memories, right? Because we're here on this special Monday night. But yeah, regular time, Keith, is Tuesday night. Same time. We're still here at 8, 7 Central, but it's normally on Tuesday nights. And Thomas, I'm glad you agree that Corey was great. Corey, and you know, I think, Randy, you had to point this out to me. I didn't come to the realization by myself, and I think it was just the time at which I got introduced to Corey, because I was introduced to Corey after Lance was gone. But it's 100%. You can tell that Corey did, not his voice, but how he delivered it and his mannerisms and everything, that you could tell he looked up to and idolized Lance.
Absolutely, he did, and then worked with him later when Lance came back in 1994. Well, we did it to it like Sonny Pruitt. We made it. We even talked about the NWA and said they suck, and they do suck. For Dr. William Robinson, and for the people that were not here, Pat Trammell, Michael St. John, and Chris Ellis, for producer Adam Dunn, who has filled in and saved the day for what is this, 4 weeks in a row?
Maybe 3 or 4. I can't remember how long I've had this all set up, but yeah, it's been a few weeks anyway.
And since we got the beautiful thing set up, we hadn't had a full panel yet. I mean, we hadn't, and I thought, well, this show might be a little hard today, but it wasn't. I appreciate it, Adam. You did a great job producing. And everybody, Tuesday night, well, let's see, this is Tuesday.
This is Monday.
This is Monday. Tomorrow, no show.
No show tomorrow because you're busy tomorrow.
I've got, open the rope, and oh, where's my microphone, my shooting microphone? I will be microphone in hand at 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. That's it. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jonesboro High School Activity Gym. It's time to open the roof and let it rain and give them some hell, hurricane. It's time for Jonesboro High School Women's Volleyball Season 2025, coached by the lovely niece of Randy Hales, Miss Kanan Grosbeck, also coached by James Locke and coached by C.C. Smith, but the head guy is Coach Kanan Richardson. Hurricane Volleyball 25. This has been fun. This has been a blast. Thanks for everybody. And again, we'll see you again Tuesday night. For Adam, I'm Randy. Good night. Hey, Adam, do you see my gimmick?
Yeah, I do see that. Okay, yeah, that's the is that your high school picture?
That's my high school picture. And I got this in June when I went to my 45th high school reunion.
Yeah, the reunion. Okay, yeah.
I will take that off now. And we're out as is 8:40. We did good, Adam. We did good. Get us out of here. Hit the button.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Talking Memphis Wrestling with Randy Hales is now streaming live on Fun Media at fun927.com and is always on Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitch, and at tv5wrestling.com.
Talking Memphis Wrestling with Randy Hales and special guest